Namaste, yogis. Welcome to this short and sweet yoga flow class. We're going to be focusing on hip opening, and we're doing lots of nice deep, low lunges to get into the hip flexors, the tops of the thighs, and then also to release the lower back. So we're going to start sitting on the mat with your feet out in front of you. Take your feet out to the sides of the mat and your hands back behind you with your fingers pointing away. And then rolling your knees from side to side with your breath. Keeping your chest up high, pull your shoulders all the way back. And make sure that you're not slumping into your spine like this. You're pressing the chest forward, lifting the lower back up away from the mat. Taking it once more to each side. And next time your legs come up to center, walk your hands up, stretch your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to take a twist, bending the left knee up, step your left foot over your right thigh, and swivel all the way around. Check that your right foot is flexed, and then lift your chest up nice and high. You can look all the way back over your left shoulder. Keep taking both shoulders back away from your chest. Now, all of you know that this is one of my favorite warm-up poses to do because it's so good in getting into the outer thigh and the glutes, and also releasing and opening the lower back without being too intense. Really good one to release tension there and to warm you up for what's coming up. So keeping chest up high, let's untwist. Left leg straight out in front of you. Right knee bends up, stepping the right foot up and over. Swivel it around to the other side. Check in with your left foot. Keep flexing that ankle, pulling your toes all the way back towards your left knee. Okay. Keeping both sit bones flat on the floor. And then untwisting yourself. Both legs out in front of you again. And now you're going to bring your left ankle up. So bend the knee. You're going to bring your ankle up onto the right thigh, just above your right knee. So you're in your figure of four shape here. Lean back onto your hands again and bend the right knee. Make sure that that left bum stays on the floor. Don't hover your bum in the air. So either keeping that foot quite away from you if you're quite tight in the hips, or you can try and bring the foot a little bit closer, or try and scoot your bum closer to your heel. Just like when you're rolling your thighs, make sure you're not slumping into the spine, rounding the shoulders forward. Pull the shoulders back, press your chest towards your legs. And try not to lean more onto the left or the right bum. That's what tends to happen if you tip over onto the left butt. So balance your weight here so that you get the right release in that outer left thigh, or wherever you might be feeling it. Now you keep that left ankle where it is. We slide the right leg forwards first. And then we change to the other side. So bending the right knee up, right ankle onto the left thigh. Lean back onto hands, pull your shoulders back, then bend the left knee. And now where that foot might be is possibly completely different from where it was on the other side. Because we're all tighter in one hip than we are in the other. So this side, your foot might be further forward, or you might be able to get it in a little bit closer than the other side. Either way, don't round those shoulders forward. Pull them back away from your chest. Keep lifting your chest all the way up. And then let's slide that left leg straight. Take the right foot off. We're going to make our way onto hands and knees. So coming to all fours for our cats and our cows. Got to do our cats and our cows in my class. So rolling the spine as soon as you're ready. Taking deep breaths in to sink the chest and lift the chin. Deep breaths out, squeezing chin to throat, squeezing the belly up as your spine rounds all the way up. Sink the ankles down into the floor. If you can, try and get them flat on the mat. And then coming to flat back, now slide the arms forward, keeping hips over knees, baby down dog for a few breaths. Stretch the elbows straight. Just like in a grown-up down dog, we want to have the inner elbows facing each other. Don't roll them up to the roof or down towards the mat. And coming back up onto your palms, and we're going to make our way up into a full downward facing dog. So lifting those hips all the way to the sky. Walk it out if you need to, or just squeeze down into the heels. Keep the armpits lifted and relax the back of your neck. Now from here, we're going to take feet forwards to your hands, standing forward then, and just stay here for a few breaths. You can hold your forearms, your elbows, or hang the arms down. You can pedal your knees. And let your neck relax. Let your head be heavy. And on an in-breath, we're going to rise. Float your arms all the way up. As you exhale, bringing hands down to your chest. Moving into some sun salutations. On an in-breath, reach up. On an out-breath, circle and fold, tipping into your toes. As you breathe in, lengthen your spine. And then step, walk, or hop back into your plank and lower down on an exhale. Pull shoulders to spine as you lift your chest. And then make your way back to your downward facing dog again, holding your down dog for a few breaths. Now remember, in your down dog, it's not the aim to get your heels on the floor. Don't walk your hands further down the mat towards your toes so that you can get the heels on the ground. Rather have a longer down dog using the whole length of your mat and the heels a little bit off or even not off the floor. And then looking forward, step, walk, or hop, feet to hands, sinking down deep as you exhale. On an in-breath, come all the way up, leaning to your back body as you lift, exhaling arms down. And then taking them straight back up with your next inhale. Deep exhale to fold. Lengthen the chest forward as you breathe in, and then traveling yourself back and down again. Keep the breath flowing as you make your way all the way through. Back to hold your down dog again. Now this time in your down dog, you can bring your big toes to touch each other. Get a little bit deeper into the stretch in your calves and the backs of the ankles. And you can also do feet together with the knees a little bit bent and still squeezing the heels down. You're still going to get a good stretch into the backs of the legs. From here, we're going to take a squat. Step, walk, or hop your feet to the outsides of your hands. Lift your chest up high. And now with your squat, make sure you're not rounding your back and you're not slumping into your back. Lift your bum a little bit. Get those leg muscles strongly engaged. And then lean towards your spine. Imagine that there's a wall behind you that you're trying to get your back and the back of your head to touch. From here, standing forward bend. Stepping your feet in, get them parallel. Nice, deep stretch and release here. Let your head feel heavy. And on an in-breath, rise. Arms all the way up over your head. On your exhale, hands come down. So taking the arms straight back up again. As you breathe out, forward bend. And now this time, after you lengthen, we're going straight back into downward facing dog. And from down dog, taking a high lunge. Right foot forwards, arms up alongside your ears. Getting your arms parallel. Back knee nice and straight. Now either open to warrior two. Don't move your right knee. Keep that right knee where it is. Just turn the back heel in and down. Arms parallel to the floor. Either looking in the direction of your chest or out over your right fingertips. Make sure you're not leaning at a diagonal angle towards your right thigh. Get the two sides of the waist straight up over the hip. On an exhale, we cartwheel over into plank on the in-breath, lowering down. Keep breathing yourself all the way through to your down dog. From down dog, left foot steps forward, high lunge, warrior one arms. Stretch the elbows and the back knee completely straight. And now don't let that left knee move. Keep it exactly where it is, warrior two. Checking in again with if you're leaning towards the left side. Try to center your weight between your two legs now. On an exhale, take hands to the ground. In-breath steps you into plank. Exhale and lower down, but keep the shoulders and upper arms lifting as the chest lowers. Through the back bend, back to your downward facing dog. From down dog, step, walk, or hop, feet to hands, folding down, floating all the way back up to standing again. Exhale, hands to center. You're going to take a chair pose, bend your knees, sweep the arms up on an inhale, forward fold as you breathe out. After you lengthen, you're going straight back into down dog again. From down dog, same as the last time, right foot forward, warrior one arm. Not holding it here, straight into your warrior two. Now this time we're going to reverse. Don't move the legs or the hips, just curve the upper body, left hand resting on your left leg or hand on the side of the hip. Careful if you've got hand on the knee, don't push too hard. And then we're going to come up, straighten your front knee, exhale over into triangle. We're looking up to that top thumb. Try to flatten out the two sides of your body here. Often what happens in triangle is we start to banana in the ribs. And then you get this rounding of the side body. Flatten into both side bodies. Lengthen your spine evenly. And now we're going to take a side angle pose. So just bend your right knee and reach your left arm all the way over your head. You can arch your head back and look towards your fingers. Get a little bit more open in your chest if you want to. On an inhale, hands drop to the ground. Exhale to down dog splits. As you breathe in, you come forwards again and travel yourself all the way through. Back to your down dog for the other side. From there, warrior one lunge, left foot forward. We're not going to hold it there. Keep those legs strong as you open to warrior two on your exhale. Press the left knee super wide. Keep your legs exactly as they are. And reverse, peaceful warrior. Right hand to the right leg. Try and lock the left elbow straight. Don't let your left knee move in the direction of your chest. Press it all the way out to the left. And when you come up, left leg straightens. On an exhale, fold straight over into your triangle. Lean towards your spine and look up towards that right thumb. Notice your breath. Make sure you keep breathing. And then feet stay right about where they are. Just bend your left knee and reach your arm over your head. Now, if your left knee is moved over your toes, slide the back foot further back to get your left knee over your left heel. On an inhale, hands to the ground. Exhaling back, down dog split. Flowing forwards on the in-breath, and then all the way through again. Hold your down dog. Let's take a squat. Step, walk, or hop it forward. Feet to outside hands. This time, reaching the arms forwards or up. Now, as the arms go up, what will happen is your weight will lean to the inner knees. Don't let that happen. Press your knees out wide. And then straight into forward fold. Bringing those feet in again. With your inhale, rise. Arms float all the way up. Staying standing as hands slide down. And then straight into your chair again. In breath, lift the arms. Exhale and bow down. After you lengthen, we're heading back into downward facing dog. From down dog, it's a low lunge. Right foot forward, left knee to the mat. Arms up to warrior one. And you're welcome to bring your palms together. Then try and keep your elbows straight. Now, just like in your high warrior two, open to warrior two here. Don't move your right knee. Drop the right forearm to the inside of the right knee. Left arm goes back. Index fingers come together in your wisdom mudra. Lock the left elbow and pull both shoulders back to your spine. Circling over. On an exhale, right leg flies back. Squeeze your belly tight as you come forward through your plank and down with the breath. From your down dog, straight to the other side. Left foot forward, right knee down. Float your arms up to the sky. Again, palms can come together, but then try and keep those elbows dead straight. Don't let your left knee move or the thigh lean inwards as you take it through to warrior two. Right palm turns up. Index finger and thumbs come together. On an in-breath, circle hands to the floor. Exhaling back, down dog splits with your left leg. Flow through to plank and down. When you get to your back bend, hold it for an extra breath. Make sure your shoulders are not going forward. They're all the way back to your spine. And then pressing back to your downwards dog. We've got another low lunge coming up. We're taking right foot forward, left knee down. Arms up to the sky. And now we're going to tip over to the left. Drop your left arm down. Try and keep your arm in line with your shoulder. And try and take your left fingers to the floor as the right arm goes over. Now this right knee will want to lean in the direction you're tipping. So press it out in the opposite direction, but don't lift your right big toe. We're going to keep this lunge when you come up. Bring your hands together to your chest, and we twist to get that nice back release. So forearms at a diagonal angle. You can look back over that right elbow. Don't lift the right elbow to point straight up to the roof over your left elbow. And now we're going to take our transition. Inhale to take the hands down. Exhale to take the leg back. Coming forwards on an inhale. So work with that breath. Don't do the opposite breath because then you're working against your nervous system, not with it. Okay, other side. Left foot forward, right knee down. Arms float up to warrior one. Don't let this left knee lean as you take right hand towards the ground, or maybe it's just fingertips on the floor, or hovering above the floor. Squeeze your belly tight to get you to balance here. And then when you come up, we're bringing hands to chest for the twist. Drop that right elbow over the left thigh or knee. And once more. Forearms at a diagonal. We're not doing this. We're doing that. Looking back over the left elbow if you want to complete that twist through the whole spine to the top of your head. and taking hands to the ground. On an exhale, left leg back, down dog splits, coming forwards into your plank and flat down onto the mat. We're going to take a moment here for our half frog. Reach back with one hand, one foot, hug your heel in towards your bum. Now make sure that your knees are not splayed out away from each other. Right knee points straight down to the mat here. Right heel points straight up. And your left thigh should be parallel to your right thigh, directly behind the left hip, not pointing out to the side. And let's change it to the other side. Bring the other foot in. And check the alignment of the legs. Even though this is a semi-rest pose, we still want to keep our alignment. Okay, letting go of that foot, we're making our way back into downward facing dog. Now from down dog, big step forward with your right foot. Left heel behind you turns in and down. Stretch the right knee, the front leg straight. So both legs are straight here. We're in Prasarita. Make sure that your left heel, the back heel, is in and down on the floor. And then folding over your right leg. Keep lengthening your chest forwards towards your right ankle. And notice if you're leaning more into your left or your right armpit or shoulder. Just find the balance. Square up off completely in your torso and your ribs. And then just check that that back heel is firmly down, but the inner arch of the foot is up off the floor. Now we're staying in the forward bend, walking around, hands around to the left side of the mat. Turn your feet parallel and fold down into Prasarita Padottanasana. You're welcome to hold onto your calves, your ankles with your hands. So we're in this wide-legged V forward bend facing the side of the mat. Keep moving your bum over your head. Don't lean back into the backs of the thighs. From here, we're going to come all the way up to standing, keeping the legs in a V shape. And our next pose is half moon. So turn your right toes to the front of your mat. Just spread your arms wide, parallel to the floor. And then we're stepping onto the right foot, using the right fingertips under the shoulder on the ground as a balance. As your left leg lifts, flex your ankle, make the lifted leg strong. Standing leg, your knee can bend. You're welcome to have your left hand on your hip if you need to help you balance. Otherwise, arms straight up like a triangle arm. Now we're going to be moving into a standing split. So keep the left leg in the air and bring your left hand to the ground under your chest. So now you've got both hands or all your 10 fingers on the floor. You fold down over your right thigh. We'll lift that left leg up as high as you can and really stretch from your left butt all the way into your tippy toes. Try and get the lifted knee straight. Standing leg can bend, lifted leg, we want it to be straight right now. Straight as possible. Keep breathing, no holding breath because you're working hard and concentrating hard. Now we're to keep that top leg up, bend your left knee, balance on the left hand or fingers and reach up for your left foot with your right hand. So it's opposite hand to opposite foot here. You're still balancing on the right leg. Squeeze your left heel in towards your left bum as close as you can get it and keep lifting your left knee to point straight up over your left hip. And now from here, we're going to step back into a lunge with the left leg, right hand to the ground, then swing your right leg back to the sky, down dog splits. We're holding it there. Bend your right knee, point the knee to the sky. So this is your open down dog splits with a bent knee rather than straight leg. Just hanging your head. Okay, taking the right foot down to the floor. You take that all to the other side. Padottanasana, left foot steps up. Turn your right heel in and down behind you. Stretch your left leg straight. Make sure the back heel is on the ground. If you need to, you have your hands on your left ankle or shin. Otherwise, it's hands or fingertips on the ground, or maybe walking your arms further forward and lengthening the side body as well here as the back of the legs. Make sure the arch of your right foot, the back foot, is lifting up away from the floor. And now we're going to walk hands around to the right side of the mat. Change your feet, turn your feet parallel to each other, and fold all the way down. Again, you can hold onto ankles or calves. Relax your neck, relax your face. Keep pressing your knees out away from each other, widening the calves, widening the inner thighs. And remember, our next pose after this is half moon. Now we're to come all the way up to standing. Turn your left toes to the front of your mat. Make sure that foot is correctly aligned. Reach the arms wide, parallel to the floor. And when you're ready, stepping onto the left foot. As the right leg goes up, flex your right ankle. Make the lifted leg super, super strong. Flexing the ankle always engages the leg muscles. So again, your left leg, the standing leg, that knee can bend if you need to. Right hand can be on your hip if you need to. Or right arm straight up to the sky over the shoulder. Now we're going to keep that right leg in the sky. Bring your right hand to the ground, so not both hands on the floor or all 10 fingertips. And we're going to our standing splits. So you fall down over the left leg and now lift with the inner right thigh. Take your right leg as high as you can. Squeeze all the muscles in your right butt and your calf and your thigh in as tightly as you can to get the lifted leg as straight as you can. The standing leg can be bent, but the lifted leg, we want it nice and straight. And now we're going to bend into the right knee. You'll balance on your right hand wherever you need it. Reach back with the left hand for your right foot and squeeze your heel to your bum. The standing leg can still be bent if you want to. Take your left shoulder back towards your spine and try and lift your right knee as high as you can. And from here, we're going to step it back into a lunge. Left hand to the ground as the right toes go back behind you. Swinging your left leg straight back and up, down dog split. Bend your left knee, point it straight up. So now we've worked with a bit of closing in the left hip as we were opening that right hip. Now we release the left hip. Taking the left foot down to the ground. I'm going to step, walk, or hop your feet forwards to your hands. Feet just slightly wider than your hips. Bend deeply into your knees. You reach your arms around the outsides of the thighs or the knees, back behind your knees, and then through the insides of the legs, and grab your ears or your chin, or just stretch for your chin. Get as close as you can, and then we start to stretch the legs straight. Lean into the fronts of your feet, not back towards your bum, and squish your chest in nice and close to those thighs. Or release the arms down. And take a few rolls of your shoulders or rolls of the head if you need to. On an inhale, we're going to float up. We're not staying there. Arms over your head. As you exhale, fall straight back down again. As you breathe in, lengthen the spine, half lift. and take yourself straight back into downward facing dog. From down dog, we're taking right foot forwards, left knee to the ground. Arms up to warrior one. Straight into your warrior two arms, right arm forward, left arm back, like you did earlier. Keep your legs as they are and reverse. Left hand to the left leg or right arm to the sky. So maybe it's hand on your hip or on your thigh or the knee or the calf. Maybe you can get your hand to touch your heel. That your hips are forwards in front of the line of left knee. Don't take your bum back towards your left calf to get closer to your foot. From here, we're going into low lizard. Circle hands to the inside of the right foot. Take your right foot a little bit wider and either staying there with straight arms or taking forearms and elbows to the ground. Now, if you're taking the elbows down, make sure that both elbows are on the floor. Don't have only your left elbow on the floor and the right elbow lifting. I'm trusting you to check your alignment. I can't see you right now, so you need to be honest with yourself about your alignment. Being out of alignment will only increase the tension in your body. Alignment is there to help you open more efficiently. Walking up onto hands. Right leg straight into plank. Take a nice slow transition all the way through and back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, low lunge, left foot steps up, right knee to the ground, left heel underneath your left knee, floating your arms up. Straight into warrior two, left arm forward, right arm back. Holding it there for a moment, getting your shoulders all the way back away from your chest. And then reversing your pose. And as you do that, keep the left knee wide. Don't let the left knee twist towards your right hip. Keep the hips sinking forward towards the front of your mat. And with your breath, we'll circle over hands to the inside of the left leg for your low lizard. So either staying on hands or taking forearms down. And again, if you're going down, it's not about getting lower in your upper body. This is not about getting elbows to the ground. It's about releasing the hips. So if you're crunching your spine and you're rounding your spine, you're not releasing the hips, you're tightening them. Rather be on straight arms, and slowly over time, you will get lower and lower the more you practice. Yoga is a practice of discipline over a long period of time to get to where you want to be. Not a short fix. Coming back to hands, if you are down on your forearms, we'll step into plank and hold your plank. Now lock your knees, lock the elbows, make sure your arms are straight over the wrists or even further forwards a little bit, more over the tops of the palms. Squeeze your belly up, keep breathing. And then we're going to drop the shins to the floor. And you can turn sideways on your mat. We're going to come into Parigasana, which is a really nice deep side stretch. We're going to step the right leg out to the side and make sure your foot is in line with your left knee. And then you're going to flex your right ankle. Make sure you don't overstrain in the back of the knee here. Keep that knee locked straight, but not pushing down too hard into the back of the knee. Arms reach wide, parallel to the floor like warrior two, and then tip over. And either rest your right hand on your shin or slide down, hand to your ankle. Either left arm straight up like a triangle arm, or taking your left arm over your head. Now it's okay here if the left hip tilts a little bit forward. Keep taking your left armpit back. And then coming all the way up, drop the right foot onto the ground, drop over onto your left hand to the left side of the mat, and come to the opposite stretch to the right side body here. Right arm reaching all the way over your ear and your head. And now you're going to roll forward onto your hands in front of that left thigh and knee. We're coming into a half a baby down dog. So your right foot is like a warrior 2-foot, left hip directly over left knee. Slide the hands forward and sink your forehead. You want to check that your left foot is pointing straight back behind your left knee. Okay, so for those of you on audio only, this is like a baby down dog, but with the right leg stepped out to the side. Walk back up onto hands, and then drop your right knee down to the floor under your hip. Right, so we're going to lift shoulders up over hips. We're stepping the left leg out to the side. Flex your left ankle. Make sure the right hip is over the right knee. Inhale to reach the arms wide. And on an exhale, tip your left hand to your left shin, or sliding it down to your ankle. And reaching that right arm all the way over, if you can. Otherwise, right arm straight up over shoulder. Notice your breath. Each time you breathe in, stretch the top of the head away from your neck. And with your next inhale, come all the way up. Flatten the left foot down to the ground. Drop over to the right onto your right hand. And reach your left arm all the way over your head. So we're now opening the opposite side of the body from in your Parigasana. And our legs are going to stay exactly as they are. Just roll it over onto your hands. Your hands are now not to the side of your right leg, in front of the right leg. And keep the right hip over the knee as you slide your palms forwards away from your body. So we're in that half baby down dog, which is baby down dog with the left leg stepped out to the side. Make sure the left foot is flat on the mat or on the floor. And then walking your hands all the way up under shoulders. Bring your left knee down to the ground. Really come to seated. Bringing your legs straight out in front of you. We're coming into Jana Shashasana. So we're going to bring left foot to inside of the right thigh. It's not a practice with me until we've done our Jana Shashasana. So you guys know from class, there are always certain poses I always put in. Okay, the left foot to inside of right thigh, and then fold yourself forwards. So either hands on the shin or on the floor, or holding onto that right foot. Square off in your chest. So just like we did that seated twist at the beginning of the class, I like to put that into almost all my classes. I like to put Jana Shashasana in as well, because it is one of the most effective hip opener poses, but also really good for stretching out the whole back body. Right, so right now you're getting a stretch from the right heel all the way up the back of the leg. You're getting that stretch and release in the left hip as well as the right hip here, and all the way up your back to the top of your head. Coming all the way up. And let's change. Left leg straight, right foot in. So inhale and reach. Exhale to fold. Using your breath to flatten out your chest here. Each time you breathe in, stretch your chest further forwards towards that left foot. And make sure that the left foot is flexed, toes straight up. And then coming all the way up and taking your right leg straight out in front of you again. Now we're going to come into a Heron Pose, a Prasarita Padottanasana. So right leg stays straight, flex the right ankle, bend your left knee up, and then reach with your hands for the edges of your left foot. So you flex that left foot up, pull the toes off the floor, hold onto your foot, lift your chest to try and straighten your back, and then lift your left heel up in line with your left knee. The shin is parallel to the floor. Okay? And then from there, we're going to try and straighten the legs. So we push into the heel. Both legs, we're trying to straighten here, but particularly the one on the floor if you can't get the lifted leg straight. And then also lengthen and flatten into your back. Don't round your spine. Right? Lift the chest up high, flatten the spine. And if you want to get closer to your leg, you pull that leg in towards you. Don't try and take your head to your leg. Pull your leg with your arms and keep your head pointing straight up. Good. Let's take that left leg down and we take it to the other side. The left leg is straight, ankle flexors, bend your right knee up, flex the right ankle and reach down and hold your foot on each side. Before you lift your foot off the ground, lift your chest up to flatten the spine. Then you lift your heel to knee height, pause, and lift your spine even higher, flatten the back even more. Then try and get the right leg straight. As the leg straightens, because of the tense integrity in your body, the different parts of the body where there's tension will pull against others. They'll want you to make you round your spine. So don't let that happen. And again, if you want to go deeper, then you pull your leg towards you. I'm not pushing my head towards my leg. My neck is not working here. It's nice and relaxed. It's all about using arm strength then to get the leg closer to your chest. Keep breathing. And then releasing out. And we're going to bring soles of the feet together in a Padottanasana. Hold onto ankles or the arches of the feet. Don't hold your toes. Right? And if you want to, you can open the feet up so that your feet look like a book. So keep those baby toes on the ground. Spine stays as flat as you can as you tilt forward. You look in front of your toes. Don't look back at your chest. Don't even look at your feet. Look in front of the feet. And then keep those shoulders relaxed. Coming all the way up. We take one last forward fold before our Shavasana. Both legs straight. Reach forwards, folding down over the legs. And again, you guys know this is one of my favorites. It's always there at the end of class. And it's a nice balanced pose to balance out all the work you've just been doing in your body. Balances out the hips, it balances out the back body, it balances out the shoulders and your neck. So we end our class in a place of balance. It's not always where we start the class from, right? Okay, now we're going to come all the way up. And you're going to make your way down onto your back. I'm going to time 2 minutes of Savasana. So getting yourself nice and comfortable. Allowing your eyes to close. Your whole body to become heavy. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Soften your forehead. Soften your eyelids. And relax the eyes. Each exhale, relaxing a little bit more. Becoming really heavy. Fully letting go now. And then taking in a nice deep breath, reach your arms out over your head. Give yourself a full stretch open. Or if you prefer, you hug your knees or roll the thighs from side to side. Making your way up to sitting. May our minds be open to the divine light that guides us. May our hearts be open to the divine love that surrounds us. May the angels keep us and bless us and bring us joy. Thank you for practicing. Namaste.